It's happening in every neighborhood.
Open the door! Who is he? Huh? This is why you really want to leave me.
No, I didn't.
Down every street. Sickness. Addiction. And violence has been turning countless homes into crime scenes. Suffering. Depressed. Alone. Suicidal.
A very good evening to all of you. This is your program Problems and Solutions. We are here to bring to you the opportunity, the way out of this situation you are living. Do you think it is possible a person who was born in misery, surrounded by misery, have made poor choices in life, and there was no other opportunity since this person was growing? Do you think this person can succeed in life? The life of this person can be transformed? Is there a way for this person after a certain age to succeed? Is there a way that the life of this person can turn around? Well, if this is your story, if you want your life to turn around, if you need a true miracle, a true life transformation in your life, I invite you to watch this wonderful testimony, this life story of Gianni. You're going to see what she did for her life to turn around, what she did for her to have a successful financial life, a successful marriage, a family that is blessed, and above all, she has peace. She has the Spirit of God inside of her, and this is her secret. Let's watch it, and I'll be back straight after with you. If you want to text us, our lines are open. Give us a call at any moment. You have our numbers on your screen.
I am from the city of Irecê in the northeast of Bahia, in the real northeast. And I had a very difficult childhood. My name is Gianni Porto. In our day, I am a businesswoman. I was a person that I lived there until I was 14 years old. I starved, I went cold, I slept on the floor. I used to go to the butchers and I used to say to the butchers, "Can you separate only the fat of the meat that you don't sell and give to me that I can give to my puppies because they are starving?" But the butchers knew it. The truth wasn't for the puppies, it was for me and my siblings. Many times I went to leftovers in free markets to get vegetables that nobody wanted. They threw in the trash bin, and me and my siblings, we went there and took the rest to feed us. And that's how we went by many years. Until one day, my mother got revolted with that situation and said, we were not going to live by the rest of nobody. So she decided we were going to Brasilia, thinking that with the strength of her arm, the situation was going to change. But getting there, the situation did not change much, because we didn't have study, my parents also did not have any profession, and the situation to see my parents live in the northeast, to go to Brasilia with the expectation of a better life. So I left them by the age of 19, my whole family, and I went to São Paulo to live in the house of some relative, thinking that I was going to have a happy life. But here in São Paulo, the things was even harder. In 3 months, I went by 6 jobs. Nothing worked out for me. And then I met my husband and got together the misery with the miserable. I don't know whom was the most miserable of the two, if it was me or him. So we got married, and after the marriage, I went to live with him in the basement, and I got pregnant of my daughter, and the things got worse, because with a baby and living in 2 rooms just got worse. Because then it was not just us. I had a baby to support. So when I arrived in the church, I arrived exactly in the time of the campaign of Israel, And I really paid attention.
Eu cheguei bem na época da fogueira santa.
I paid really attention in the testimony that a lady was telling. Obviously, she had many material things, but that was not what took my attention. What took my attention was she had such a joy on her eyes that you could see that came from inside out. When she started talking about the Holy Spirit, I looked and I said, "That's what I want. That's what it's missing in me." And after wonderful seeking in the church, I was frustrated because I did not receive the Holy Spirit, but I wanted so much that in the day after I decided to make a fasting of 24 hours. It was wonderful. It was immediately that it's nothing that I can tell you how was on that day that I received the Holy Spirit. Right there, all the sadness of a very sad childhood, all the frustration of a starving life, of misery, of sadness, died right there. I don't know how to explain, but right there was born a warrior. Right there, the fire came inside of me. Right there, God blew His Spirit on my nose, and there had life. There was a shine on my eyes, the joy, pleasure in being alive that before I didn't had. After that I had the baptism with the Holy Spirit, I became a different person. So I began to start in faith to faith, and my husband used to ask me to be a hairdresser. And I was like rejecting and saying no because I thought that I wasn't capable to be a hairdresser. I thought that wasn't to me. I was putting myself like I couldn't do it. But after the baptism with the Holy Spirit, it came that strength that it came, a campaign of Israel that I said, "Oh, now or nothing. Oh, God, it's in our life, or He is." That it's not other choice. And then we went to the altar with full power. And we took everything that we had in the house, wash machine, TV. We took all, even my hair. I cut off my hair and I sewed. I put an envelope, and on the same time I asked for my job to take me out of the job. I was negotiating, and I thought if I put everything on the altar, but I still gonna have the money from the contract and I can start something new. But God, it's so wonderful that the end of the contract, I got the money in the same week that was the campaign of Israel. And God said, "Put all, stay without nothing, just be depending on me." And then every time that I went to the bank to get the money from the end of the contract, I felt like Abram taking Isaac to be sacrificed. My legs was shaking. I was, my God, what I'm gonna do with a small kid of 2 years old, be without nothing. But I want somehow call the attention of God. The only thing that I wanted was to call His attention. I wanted Him to notice me. I was there with my legs shaking, and I put the bag on the altar. We went up, and I know right there God was waiting for us. He received us. He accepted our sacrifice. We didn't have not even where to warm the milk of our daughter of 2 years old, but we went down so happy. The assurance was so big that everything was over. The frustration, the very small life was the end right there. And then came the idea to have the beauty salon. And then I thought, I'm gonna make this basic school. I didn't have money not even to buy a blow dryer, but even that I went with faith because I knew it, that I was going to do it. An assurance that I didn't have. I started to look and went to one place and other. And on the same day, God showed me a very small place, 12 meters, 12 square meter. And I told the man, I don't have money. I don't know how I'm going to pay you. I don't have deposit. But right there, I knew that there was going to be my beauty salon. And he said, "Okay, I feel sorry for you. You're such a hard worker. It looks like you've been suffering so much. I'm gonna help you.
Eu vou alugar para você esse salão.
I'm gonna rent. And you don't have to pay me the deposit. When you start to make clients, you pay me." The first day that I opened the salon, I tried to cut the hair of a client. I cut a piece of her ear and she started bleeding and I was shaking and I was so nervous. And the woman said, "Hey lady, everything's gonna work fine. You were nervous. That's how it is in the beginning. Don't worry. The important is that my hair is beautiful and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna be your client." From there, we start growing. Now we have five beauty salons.
E hoje, eu que comia lixo, né?
And today, who used to eat rest of food from the bin that in 3 months I went by 6 jobs, nothing would work in my life. Now I give jobs to many people. I live in an apartment that I never imagined that I could enter, not even to clean. Not even to make a cleaning. And now the Holy Spirit just gave me a house on the front of the beach. I travel to anywhere I want. We eat in the best restaurants. I have a blessing marriage. Who that was frustrated on everything. I'm happy in every areas in my life. That God that was showing to me, I know Him. I have intimacy with Him. Only me and Him. I have a conscience that me and my husband, that we have nothing. All belongs to God. We came with nothing. We are not attached to anything. It's wonderful, it's beautiful to have all, but all belongs to Him. We are not attached to nothing. When came and comes the campaign of Israel, we wanted to do always something different. We are counting the minutes to do something different because we have a conscience that the work of God has to expand. When I see the project of Canaan, that I came from the northeast of misery, I look at that kids and I think, my God, I feel like me being helped. I feel like me being taken care of. Those kids having what to eat. And I thought in my time should have had. When I see the work of God in Brazil, I thank God. Now my family gonna surrender to God. It's such a wonderful thing like that. And then comes a desire to have more and more to help the work of God. It's not the pastor that asks, it's the desire that it's born inside of you. You have a need to please God. You live for Him. I was dead. I had nothing. I was miserable. What will I need? The biggest treasure that we have, our biggest dream, it's for Jesus to come, that we're going to be able to see Him and He's going to say, "That's my beloved daughter. That's my beloved daughter that I love." So that's my biggest dream today. Everything I do, it's for this day to become true.
Well, we are back with your program Problems and Solutions. You just watched this wonderful life story. What she did, you also can do. The Universal Church is bringing to you this opportunity through the power of God for you to use your faith on the altar the same way Gianni did. For you to know more information, you can give us a call at any moment. Our number is in your screen. We have a Universal Church open here in Sweden. You can search for our address. But before you come, you need to contact us due to restriction. And all over the world, there is a door open of the Universal Church near you, where you can use your faith the same way Gian did. The same thing she did, you can apply in your life. And I want to call your attention, you who are in the same situation she was. You saw through her life that everything is possible when you use your faith, when you put God above everything in your life. And for those who have a life similar to her, financially or well, maybe you even have a house bigger than her and you're watching me right now. My question to you, do you have the same peace she has? Do you have this shine, this bright in the eye that she had when she speaks? Her voice passes joy, passes confidences, because what she has inside of her is greater than anything. She has the Spirit of God. And this is the greatest and main purpose of our campaign of Israel. You are invited to join us all over this month of December to take part of this faith that transforms life, that will bring people to know how great God is through your life, will bring the glory of God inside of you. To know more about, you can also look at our website, uckg.se. There you have our addresses, there you have our phone number. Anything you need, give us a text, call us, send us a message on Facebook, send us your name for prayers. We are here ready to help you. We are getting to the end of our program. May God bless all of you, and until next time.
The UCKG is aware of and will continue to follow up on the development of precautions that have been implemented in the prevention and fight against the COVID-19 virus. Following the restrictions given by the Swedish government, as of Tuesday, 24th of November, all meetings will be restricted up to a maximum of 8 people. You will have to schedule a time to be able to attend the services, and by doing so, we will make sure we will all be protected. With the objective of attaining the same safety levels as the local premises and work sites, we have compiled a series of safety measures to be taken into effect. Displaying official notices provided by the Department of Health in Sweden, providing the means of practicing good personal hygiene, hand sanitizing, and washing of hands with soap. Raising awareness. Action will be undertaken by the church ministers to avoid being in close physical contact or proximity with members, and also minimizing physical contact amongst the members. Providing multiple services throughout the day will enable participation. However, this will be by appointment only in order to avoid more than 8 people, as per advice received from the Health Department in Sweden. Please schedule a time to attend the services on 072 061 4958. Should you have any flu symptoms or are from the group of risk, participate in our online services.
UCKG Help Center.
I'm not leaving this hospital until I know what's wrong with my daughter.
You want out? That's fine with me!